Good morning from the Albanian and North Macedonian border. We're just on the eastern border of the country right now. Just down there you have the border crossing to North Macedonia. Just came down this quiet, newly paved road. One of the reasons I wanted to check out this place was that I randomly, while just checking Google Street View, I saw that there was a bunker here right by the border that I definitely wanted to see. It would have been the first line of defense for the poor soul sitting in that bunker. Alas, I have come a bit too late. Here are the remnants of it. This looks like a brand new road that they put in, so they obviously just widened it and the bunker had to go. Out with the old, in with the new. I guess that's the way it goes. I'll just have to enjoy this view instead. So we got Albania over there on that side, and then the border just runs right through the lake here. And this is North Macedonia. Would be nice to check that out. We'll have to save that for another trip. I'm sure there's a lot to explore there. Today's mission will be to head west towards the western coast. Drive through the countryside. Gonna drive along the Greek border. So yeah, let's see what we can find on the road to the west coast. Very lonely border crossing here. All right, let's get in the car. All right, the lonely bunker by the border crossing was no more, but we got plenty of them to go around. This is a real bunker beach here. This whole shoreline is just dotted with bunker after bunker. Some of them have been pimped out, added a splash of color. All right, let's cross this country. Turn off the highway. We're in the town of Malik. I just saw this place called Fish City. And if you see a Fish City sign, obviously you want to stop and see what that is all about. What a bizarre place. I think it's a fish restaurant. But then you have these sort of historical little statues. You have Cafe Moskva over there. And check out this beautiful, politically charged mural. Of course, you got the good guys over on that side. The local team represented in the middle. And then here you got the rat pack of repression. Stalin himself, Mao, and some third guy there. Very cool mural. And it's obviously brand new. Right next to an old factory. So if you're ever in Malik, check out Fish City. Interesting location just in the countryside here, hills of eastern Albania. All right, Too early for a fish lunch. So let's head on out. One last glimpse of that glorious artwork. Do a quick little stop here just to climb this little hill by the side of the road. Check out these amazing views. Very windy up here. Building a new road. I guess that will connect down to the coast. That's the direction that we're heading. Here we got some sort of old foundation. Alright, let's get back to the car, continue that little winding road down and see where we end up. Great views and beautiful landscape up here in the mountains, and these roads are excellent. So this feels like a go-kart track. You gotta basically all to yourself, just winding roads. And yeah, this is a delight for sure. Obviously, you gotta keep an eye out on these tight turns, but so far so good. Stopped off in a mountain village up here, and there seems to be some sort of memorial or monument here. See that big mountain range in the back. We're up on this sort of ridge. Plateau, windy roads, very empty roads, so it's nice to drive around, not too stressful. Got the Albanian flag waving in the air. An art piece depicting the brave citizens, and yeah, we have a cemetery here. It's a pretty marvelous location. Wow, amazing view. You see it past the cross there. There's also some sort of artwork depicting soldiers back there. But we look at these years on the headstones. They're 1870, 1900. They would have lived up here in the mountains. Even today, I would assume these people are pretty cut off from the rest of sort of modern Albania civilization. So imagine back then, I don't think probably not too much has changed. The road that runs through here has been nicely paved, very good quality. Some stretches of road are just terrible, torn up. Just potholes, and then you see some stretches, and usually when those roads or those stretches of road start, there is some sort of sign with the Albanian flag and the EU flag, so probably got a bit of help, some grants from the EU to fix them up, which is nice, because I mean otherwise they're very inaccessible, these places. A church up on the hill there. And this whole structure is very big. It's this whole sort of side of the hill here. So probably some sort of fortification back in the day that they built on. Here we have a nice little statue as well. Let's check that one out. Brave Albanian soldier. And their daughters are probably from the Second World War. And here you get a sign of what I was discussing before. Raiffeisen Invest. We got Austrian bankers here in the Albanian countryside, helping to protect its cultural and historical heritage. Nice to see. Looking at Google Map, just to get like the fastest route between cities, it looks like the road network is still lacking a bit, especially sort of in the south of the country. So coming from the east to say southwestern coast, doesn't seem to be any real sort of highways or anything. So at least from what I could see, it could be that was the road that was under construction earlier. But yeah, now we're just flying over the mountains here, which I have nothing against. I have time. Got churches, donkeys, old Mercedes-Benz cars. Yeah, and car washes. So that's a good summary of the Albanian countryside so far. And we got grandmothers sitting by the side of the road. Some of them are selling something. I guess some of them just sitting in the shade. Gotta get out of the house. Here's one more of these typical roadside attractions in the country. A monument commemorating the soldiers fighting the fascists during World War II. These are absolutely everywhere. This one looks very stripped. Usually there's some symbol, a star or a plaque with different dates. I want to see better days. Look at this beautiful valley. Incredible nature here. It looks like a golf course. It's very well manicured. Oh, wow. That one came out of nowhere. All right, lead the way. Great job with the grazing. You're keeping the lawns in pristine condition here. Got a white one. Push for the Albanian coast. Just driving through this winding river valley, and then you got Greece, should be somewhere on the other side of those mountains. My GPS lost connection, so it gave up. So I hope the road to the coast will go well. I'll try and just avoid left turns so I don't end up in Greece. It's an amazing landscape. Whoa, quite bouncy. Look at that crystal blue water. We just follow that mountain range down to the coast. See if we can see a few final bunkers for the day. Haven't seen any on this stretch. I'm guessing maybe that mountain range was a bit of a natural deterrent barrier, so maybe it wasn't a priority to build them here. Right. Final stretch, let's go.